Hi everyone, Namaste. Super glad to be joining you for this reading today. Very special one. When Ma Kali comes through, it's one of the rarest phenomena. Even like if it's happening every single day, every time she comes through, it's like she's coming through for the first time in your mind, in your spirit, in your energy, because she is the destroyer and she brings in change. So whenever she comes through, she makes me feel like everything is getting removed from my life. Something very brand new is coming in. And I have been feeling the rebirth energy since Lionsgate, and one of my closest friends, who is also like this amazing medium psychic healer, she suggested this and I was like, you are so on point. This is exactly what we need to share with each other as light workers today. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of my introduction. I think there will be an important announcement at the end of the video, so please do watch that. You have 3 pictures as usual to pick from. Those who are new to the channel, I am Chanaka, I am a psychic, I am a medium, and I am a channel. I work with various energies, but primarily I have been working of late with the energy of Lord Shiva and Ma Shakti, and especially Ma Kali, who has been with me for the longest time. Alright, so if you don't feel that any of the pictures resonate with you, then we'll go to the cards now. Okay, so I'm just going to take top 3. I'm not going to shuffle today. My hands are a little stiff because I'm an arthritis baby. And we're just going to see if all of these are aligned for a second. You'll have to deal with my shadow. How interesting, deal with my shadow. Very spiritual, isn't it? Anyway, so the first group, your card right here, it says interbeing with number 6. Second group, your card says hospitality with number 7. And third group, your card says dreams with number 4. And I will repeat this, that these cards are not additional in any way. They are additional, yes. They signify something for your group, yes. But if you've already picked a picture or an image, then go to that image. That is your option. Don't like the images, that's when you go to the cards. And if you don't like the cards, there are groups of colors associated with all of these spirals. You could be wearing these colors could be around you, there could be a synchronicity. Whatever calls to you, you don't have to overwhelm yourself. Whatever you feel like picking from, maybe even if you like the pictures and the cards, you're like, no, I still want to pick from the colors, right? Just listen to your gut. It's just about having fun and vibing. Okay, so with that, everything is said. I will see you, group number 1. Super excited to get to it. Hi group number 1, Namaste, welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to be here with you, sharing messages from Ma Kali. Alright, so the card that you picked right here, it says interbeing. Let me see where we can fit it. Looks good. Interbeing with number 15, number 6. It's all about love. It's all about, your message is all about self-love actually. Self-love, self-acceptance, and your rebirth as well is going to be about that. So this reading will be relatively longer. I will be channeling a lot, which means that it might take me anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. So please be patient. The messages will be very raw, very real. I won't say anything just to make you feel good. I will say whatever is coming through from the Ma Kali consciousness, which is all about destroying, letting go of what no longer serves you. I want to take another card as a significator of where you're heading. The card that you have picked, which says interbeing, it's a lot about, it's about coexisting with the world in such a way that the world is not a burden on you. And I feel that oftentimes you have been burdened by the world. So the card we have right here, it says freedom with eagle, right? So I think this group has a connection with the eagle spirit. I'm also getting that you have always been attracted to indigenous cultures, like the folk culture of India, not just Hinduism, but the folk cultures, the tribal religions. The tribal aspects of India are very different from the mainstream Hinduism practices. That's just what's coming forth. There's also something related to your own lineage and magic, whether you are Italian, Spanish, French, whatever it is, you know. I'm getting a lot of like Latin reference. So Your lineage used to practice a good amount of magic, which was independent, which was about freedom, which had nothing to do with the church, an organization, or an authority telling you what to do. It had nothing to do with that. That's what's coming forth. I'm also getting the song, 2 songs for you. First one is by a lady, I've forgotten the name, but it's called You're Not Special. And I feel it's such an interesting thing, because the message that Ma Kali, first of all, is really helping me channel with your cards, with interbeing and with freedom, is that all of us, when we are born into this world, we come with psychic gifts. We are practicing magic, whether we know it or not. Many of us become aware that human beings are practicing magic. When we say positive things happen. When we say negative stuff happens. It's all magic from the time we are born. Even the way we are born, it's magical, right? So we are all magical beings. And in that way, we are not special, And Ma Kali is sort of reminding that everybody is equally special. So in a way, we are not that special. Wait a second, let me clear this message for you. It's not negative. What she wants you to say is that when you are burdened by your gifts, because I feel that this is a group of empaths, you're very Venusian. Wherever you go, you take care of people, you look after their needs, etc. And you get burdened by your heart, because your heart can feel other people's pain. You can feel what they need, what they require. It drains you, because not many people are able to see that. And then at that point, you cut off people, you try to stay away from them, you might get cranky, and you might start setting very strict boundaries. And Ma Kali wants you to know that don't feel that you are being the word I'm getting is demonic. Like when you are setting boundaries, being strict, you're not a monster, you're not a demon for doing that. Everybody has to do that. No matter how kind, gentle, and how much power of love you do have, you will also have the opposite of that, which is not hate. It's just you taking your energy, keeping it to yourself, and that's true freedom. When you know when to give your energy and when to completely take it back and not really give a shit about what other people think of you. And have fun, have fun with your powers. I feel that that's very important for this group. I hope you can see this. All right, so we will take, what should we take? I want to take some tarot, just to get a hint of what other messages. Yeah, because she's like, what Ma Kali is saying? She's like, everybody goes through this where we go through breakups. Our family relationships are messed up. Our parents hurt us. Every single human being that you meet around you, even if they are your enemy or your best friend, they have been through certain events which are almost universal, which is being let down by your family. No matter how good your family is, some time or the other, it will hurt you. Everybody somehow is lying, is dealing with their shadows, is in a lot of pain. And you are somebody who sees that. You recognize that everybody in a way is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, but everybody is effed up. They are pretty much going through a crisis all the time. And you are somebody who's dealing with it very authentically. You can look at a person, you can sit down with them and be like, hey, what's up? It's like a random Monday morning. It's not like you're planning a healing session. You're just sitting down with them and you're like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And then you guys talk for 5 minutes and you're like, oh, you look a little tired. Do you want something? And then they start pouring that, yes, you know what? I'm so tired. Past week is so intense. Actually, it has been intense since I was a kid. And then people boom, trauma dump. I don't like that word, because I feel that it's really wrong to say somebody's trauma dumping, because sometimes people suddenly recognize an empath and they give information because they see that this heart will treat me with respect. And that's what happens with you. You are trying to have a regular conversation, but it then turns very intense. All of a sudden you're talking about abuse, molestation. I don't know, I say abuse, molestation because it's one of the biggest shadows in my life. It naturally becomes a part of my conversation and readings. But you're talking about intense things. You're talking about politics. You're talking about corruption. You're talking about how parents can neglect even if they don't want to. There's love, but there's hate at the same time. You're talking about these big philosophies, and it becomes so intense. So you just went there to have a coffee and relax, but you can't relax because no matter where you go, somebody's there who needs your help. You know what I mean? I think you know. So that's what she wants to talk about, that you will meet effed up people everywhere. So you will have to, and you have that power of being an empath, and even when you don't want to, you will find yourself taking care of people. In that way, she wants you to become more and more conscious of your own power, so that you can know when to keep it completely to yourself. When you can say to a person, listen, I'm so sorry, I can't talk right now. Can I just, take some time off? And say it very strictly and not feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Okay, we have the Six of Staves, beautiful. We have the Knight of Staves, Wands energy, very fiery. Yeah, it's like you have a heart of fire. Heart of fire, amazing. We have the World card. Whoa, okay, I just got a very intense message. And the Nine of Pentacles. You know what? Everybody, all of us, when we are on the spiritual journey, the completion of that, a particular cycle can look like a lot of things. And in this new birth of yours, you are leaving behind an old self. You are closing a cycle. And this cycle closes completely when you reach the Nine of Pentacles energy, where you are a little proud of yourself, where you are a little proud of the love you have to offer, the skills you give. You can look at yourself in the mirror and say that, you know what, actually, the kind of advice and perspective that I give to people, nobody else gives it. And I do feel a little proud about that. I do feel people are intimidated by the amount of love you have to offer, because the amount of care you can give to them, they don't see it anywhere else. So they can even think that you're just being too nice, for for your own benefit. Like maybe you have some ulterior motive. That's why you're being nice. So people can misunderstand you. But you're coming to, with your rebirth, you're coming to a place where you can look at people and tell them, you know what, I don't really care what you think of me. I don't care what the society even thinks of me. Because till now, people have called me so many things. People have called me stupid. People have called me far too intelligent. People have called me lazy. And people have called me far too active. People have always been calling me stuff. And I'm done with that. I'm done with thinking about what people think of me. I just don't mess with that energy anymore. And that's your rebirth. You might feel that this is a small thing, but honestly, very few people in this world, group 1, can come to a place where they can say that I am absolutely proud of my life. I'm absolutely grateful for whatever happened to me. Look at me in the mirror. I am shining. I have so much to offer. I'm such a precious gem. There's literally no other me. And I know the universe is proud of me, and the people who can see it, good for them. And the people who can't see it, I can't mess with that. I can't deal with that. I can't think for that. I can't. And this is like the beginning of your energy, where it's like you, with the Six of Staves, you stay humble. That's the thing. That's what the energy that Ma Kali is saying, that in your energy, you stay very humble. It's like you might win 10,000 competitions, and if somebody, let's say it's a chess game, right? And somebody says, oh my God, you're the best, like you're one of the biggest geniuses the chess world has. And you have proof as well. And you know as well that, yeah, it's true, actually, I'm pretty good at chess. Replace chess with whatever you want to, okay? It can mean, when I say chess, it can be loving people. It can be healing people. It can be caring for people. It can be predicting outcomes. Like, let's say you see your sister, your brother, and you're like, hey, don't do that, because if you keep doing that, this will happen. This is perspective. This is intelligence. And you're like, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm very good at that. Very few people can predict outcomes the way I do. So replace it with anything, right? Very few people can read the way I do, interpret things the way I do. Very few people can go through the spiritual shadows that I have been through. It's true, right? You know it, but you act so humble in it. Like, even if somebody says to you that, you know what, you're so rare, nobody else could have done what you've done, you're like, no, that's not true. I'm sure everybody can do it. But Ma Kali is like that in this rebirth, close the cycle with a bang, right? Close it with a celebration, where you can actually tell yourself that, you know what, it's true. There are certain things that I can do and literally nobody else can do it. And I'm super proud of it. And I'm not ashamed of the fact that I'm super proud. So very, very beautiful energy. I love it. Okay, let us see a little bit more. My favorite, absolutely favorite deck. So the Tree Wisdom Oracle. I love trees. Trees are the wisest counsels. Like, are you looking for a shaman? Are you looking for a great psychic? Are you looking for a connection to God stronger? Go to the trees. Go to the trees. The trees know so much. Yeah, that's coming very strongly, guys. Like, trees for everybody, like for all the groups. Oh my goodness, look at this. Cedar of Lebanon, Jesus Christ right away. I love Mr. Christ so much. Sorry. I grew up in a convent, and you know, all the nuns, they're beautiful nuns, by the way. Nobody was like bad or imposing, or like, it wasn't bad. It was the biggest blessing to have amazing nuns connected to Christ consciousness. They were in their nunnery, they were connected, and that's how I got connected with the Christ consciousness and the energy of Mother Mary. And that's what's coming forth for you as well, because there is a lot of feminine support for this group. If you're here this reading and you're like, wow, I love Ma Kali, I really want to see this reading, you have feminine support all around you. Okay, this is the support of divine mothers, divine sisters. It is even the support of men, divine masculine, because divine masculine respects, supports the feminine. You know, true men know how to deal with feminine energies, and men, masculine always has a little bit of feminine, and feminine always has masculine in it. I'm in my masculine a lot these days. So anyway, just a bit of information there. So that's what's there for you. And you see a little crown. There's a crown on top of this oak tree. The oak is often called the king of the forest. And it's so amazing. Is this group for me? It possibly is, you know, because I'm connected to Siddhar. I have Siddhars in my hometown. I can't name it. People will stalk me because I'm like so popular, right? Sorry. I'm a little hyper. Anyway, so we have Siddhar and we have oak. Both of these trees, their spirits, I have connected to them. I have connected literally like in a very shamanic way, where I've been like, whoa, wow. Okay, I can feel what they are saying literally, you know. And I feel that's a power that you have as well. So a big part of your rebirth is accepting that you have certain powers which are directly rooted in Mother Earth. Like you can talk to the stones, the rocks, the mountains, you can talk to the soil, you can talk to the land, you can talk to the water. You can literally, you have that power. And you'll be like, me, like all I do is, you know, I'm a basic person. I have this job, I make money, you know, I take care of people. Yeah, I don't think I have a special power. I don't think I can talk to animals. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Trust me. If you go to an animal and even pretend to have a conversation, just pretend. A big part of that pretense will be very, very 100% real. That's what's coming forth for you. There's also a lot of divine support and very sacred, where like they do want you to, again, remember, when I say they, I mean the feminine, the divine feminine, which is coming forth very strongly. They want you to treat yourself like, let me tune back, because they're asking me to say something very precise. Okay guys, a very clear message. It's an instruction from the energy, the Kali consciousness. First of all, she's saying disinfection. So I would recommend some form of an essential oil. As far as possible, let that essential oil come from a tree. A tree would be really nice, something very pungent, something which smells very like turpentine, like, you know, like very like, it smells like petroleum or something. It's very intense what she's making me smell. Okay, it's very sharp, very citric, and very kind of like makes the brain a little foggy, kind of like that. But you need that as a part of a sacred ceremony, and they want you to know that while you are doing the ceremony, you are supposed to tell yourself that I am a person who operates from a place of love. I naturally give care, love, affection to people. And because I do it naturally, I naturally get more tired than most people. Because as someone who is an empath, my energy is taken from me, or energy is given out consistently. Therefore, I need more time to rest. My rest is sacred, it's special, it's unique. It can look like anything. I have complete freedom with this card. I have complete freedom to do whatever I want in order to get the rest that I deserve and that I need. So that's the biggest message with these two cards. And a ceremony, if you can do it somewhere where there's like a tree that you connect with, like the biggest tree, the oldest tree around you, or you can just look at a tree and you'll just feel that they are wise, right? And you go to that tree, you have a conversation, you don't have to do anything, just get a scented candle. I think that will be the best for this group. A scented candle, and light it there and just smell its fragrance and have a conversation with the tree. You will realize the amount of power you have always had, but you are always like denying that you have it. That's the biggest thing here. When you're stepping into your rebirth, there is no longer a denial of your power, and you are no longer sorry for how you choose to do things. Because as an empath, your energy is taken from you in all sorts of weird ways. Sometimes you don't even know, and you're tired. You don't know what the heck happened. You didn't essentially do anything, but you're tired. That's because you have been mentally, spiritually, somehow or the other, nourishing something in your environment. You know, even if you're taking care or wiping your home or I've given this example before, you're taking care of your home. You're not doing it like like with a half-hearted way, right? You pour love into it. You lovingly caress your table, let's say, you clean it with love and affection. You take your feelings and you fill every action with your love. That's why you need a special way to operate in this world, and that special way, not everybody will get it. Only somebody who knows an empath very well, or is an empath themselves, can understand that the rest you need and your needs in general, when you need to sleep, how you need to sleep, your rest, the kind of room you want, the kind of interior decor you want, these small things are so important to you, because you naturally tend to give more energy than other people, and you're not ashamed of it. You're owning it and taking control of how this plays out. It's a big part of this rebirth. And yeah, you might, it might feel like, well, this is such a small thing, how can this be a part of the rebirth? But it's always these small things which become our blind spots sort of. So anyway, I'm going to take one more, I feel. One more? Yeah, one more. Also, thank you so much for tuning into the channel and for watching and staying here for this long. It's a relatively longer reading, as I already have sensed that it would be if we have European beat. It's so funny. It's like they are saying that even if you try to be rude or proud, you don't have it in you to offend anybody, actually. Like, even if you try to be quote unquote mean, you try to be a mean girl or a mean boy, you try to be rude or unkind, you just won't be able to do it. That's so funny. I love it, because I'm laughing. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm laughing because I resonate with it so much. Because I feel like there are times you worry and you go like, am I a bad person? Did I say something rude? Did I do something bad? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have shouted like that. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Oh my God, I'm a bad person. And Ma Kali is just like looking at you and going, oh my God, no. You're just tired. You're burnt out. You didn't do anything wrong. Chill. You're the kindest baby I have. Kind of like that. Many people see Ma Kali as like a mother, others see her as a friend, others can see her even as a sister, however you call Mother Kali. Oh my God, guys, I have OCD. Please stay. No. Anyway, I'll go on and take your tarot now. What other messages? Okay, Ma Kali, Ma Kali. I'm so excited today. I'm so happy for this reading. It's been a long time coming, I feel. Anyway, let's take this one. Felt called very strongly to do this. Alrighty, we have the Queen of Swords. I'm telling you guys, you have to be very, very disciplined about protecting your energy. You feel a person, even if it's a close friend, it's a close family member, they love you. They have your best interest, but they still don't understand you, right? They try to understand you, but in the process, they hurt you, right? Acknowledge the truth that yes, the person in front of me is trying their best, but still they're not able to get me, and that's okay. Let me establish a boundary for a while so that I don't get hurt, because if I get hurt, I might hurt them. And even if it's somebody with the kindest intention, it's okay to have boundaries with them. That's the Queen of Swords. She's very good at establishing boundaries wherever it's needed. She sees establishing boundaries and being strict as a part of the flow. She sees being strict as part of being loving. That's where you're tuning in with much of a fierce form of love. And that's what Ma Kali is as well. She's a fierce form of love. It's anger, yes. It's strictness, yes. It can be a bossy nature. You can be all about your business and, boss people around, but it's still love. Okay, we have the World card twice. Yep. Yeah, it's a total completion for this, like this Lion's Gate and even whole of 2025. It's you're closing a cycle of, in any which way if there's self-doubt, in any which way if there's a feeling that I hurt people by establishing boundaries, I hurt people if I choose myself, that guilt it's going away. And that's what I sense. Okay, let me adjust these for a while. I would like to take more cards now. There's a fourth card here a third card I took, and the Four of Pentacles. And you might have a connection with the group, which I think it was the second group. Yeah, you might have a connection, but honestly, I feel group number one, you're very independent of the other groups. Basically, your reading is just for you and it doesn't overlap with other groups, but it can happen always, right? We can have multiple messages, so you can check that out as well. Yeah, so the biggest thing for you is to know that even if you want to do your work as a light worker even better, moving on after the cycle is closed, after your rebirth, which has happened already, you are a new you. You're just getting to know this new you, right? And this new you kind of works like this. The new you focuses on self-love. It focuses on pouring its own cup. And the more you perform self-love, the more you do quote-unquote selfish thing, the more people are healed by you. The more you heal yourself, the more you are all about yourself, the more you can offer to people. And you can offer it in an unbalanced way where you don't ever have to feel drained. And Ma Kali wants you to know that yes, things can be that perfect. Yes, you can make money, you can be at your job, you can look after your family in such a way that they love you, they respect you, and they know that you are doing so much, but at the same time, they don't have the authority to hurt you, and you never feel drained in caring for them. Such a system is possible to establish. It is possible to achieve, right? So that's what she's saying. Like, this is the new you. Okay, super exciting. I do hope that this reading is for me as well, because sometimes it will happen that it is after I have completed a particular reading that God, spirit, my spirit guides, angels will tell, whoever, somebody will come forth and be like, do you know what, Janaka? That group was for you. But I don't know right now. Right now I feel like all of them are for me, but there will be one group which will like be specially for me. Okay, do another one. Yeah, another one. Ooh, my little tiny hands. I'm trying my best. Okay, guys, like, come on. This one. I'm going to take this one. We are aligned, so we always get what we need to hear and need to see. Okay, yeah, guys, like, come on. Can this get any better? We have the Star card. Beautiful. We have the King of Cups. Okay. The King of Cups, Four of Pentacles, the Star card, and the Four of Wands. So we are repeating the 4-4 number. Let me see. I am going to conclude this reading by telling you, Group 1, that your heart will always be your superpower. Your heart will never be the reason you are getting hurt, right? Your feelings don't lie to you. Your intuition doesn't lie to you. Whenever you feel the need to run away from someplace, it's not that you are a coward or something. It's because you are honoring your feeling. People might have blamed you for following your feelings all the time. Maybe they called you to emotional, sentimental, easily overwhelmed, etc., etc. God knows, people call each other all kinds of things without really understanding what they're saying. That could have happened with you, but your heart will never be the reason that you are, quote-unquote, failing or not doing well. Your feelings are always the ones who protect you, keep you safe, and give you this radiance, because you are completely tuned in with love source. It's like you are love incarnate as a human being. That's applicable to, I would say, the most fraction maximum people watching Group 1. That statement applies. With the King of Cups, this is what you have to know, that my heart, my feelings are not my weakness. They are my strength, and they will always be. They have always been. People might have abused it, but that's on people. That's not on me. And letting go of that guilt. Because in the next phase, I will not sit with the guilt that what I do based on my feelings is wrong. Right? And the Four of Pentacles, anytime anybody hurts you for following your heart, for doing what you love, for choosing yourself, take out time, shut that person out, shut all the critics out, and spend time only with self-love and things that feed your soul, even if it's selfish, even if it feels greedy. Watch 10,000 self-love videos. Buy things that make you feel good about yourself. With the Star card, this is the way. This is where, if you're watching this video with this hope, right, that this is a rebirth. This will be a new me. This marks an end to my suffering. Yes, if you follow what I've just said, which is unapologetically honoring your emotions, yes, your wish will come true. When I say your wish, this includes the kind of life you've always wanted, the kind of people you wanted to get in touch with, the kind of love you've wanted romantically, the relationships you wanted with people, the respect, the honor you wanted from people, as well as materially, the amount of money you want, the experiences you want, the traveling that you want to do. Honor your feeling. That's how your wish comes true. And with the Four of Cups, your heart is your home. Okay, like wherever you go, you are your own home. You are your own mother and your father, and you are your own child. It's not something to be overwhelmed by. Everyone, and I'm saying this with experience, has to learn how to be their own mother, how to be their own father, and you can do it better than anyone else. You can even teach others how to self-soothe, how to self-love. So always know that this is your superpower. This is not a weakness, or this is not a chip in your armor. This is not like God. When you look up at God and you're like, why make me stronger, don't make me so needy, don't make me like that. God is like, but you're not needy, you're just more emotionally open. You're wider, your emotional spectrum is wider, and people might call it clingy or needy or whatever, but it's not that. It's something to celebrate and honor, because once you do that, that's when you can understand it. You can't understand your own nature by looking at it in a rejectful way. The more you look at it in a way that, wow, I accept it, it's a beautiful part of me, the more you understand, and it works in your favor. All right, so group 1, I was saying group 3, maybe you have a connection. It's up to you. Group number 1, this is the reading that I had for you. Super amazing energy. I'm sending you so much love and gratitude for allowing me to do this for you. Please do like the video and comment. It really helps my channel. It helps me to sustain myself. And if you're new, consider subscribing for similar channelings. If you cannot do that, that is okay. I'm sure we'll meet again in some form. Until then, take care. Hi, group number 2. Namaste. Welcome to your reading. So immediately as I am heading right into your reading, I get this sort of sense that it's almost as if I'm about to do something so important, so special to me, and then somehow maybe others give a negative feedback or some form of criticism that's making me feel like I'm not doing things right, or that I have to change them or improve them. So like, I don't know why, that's the energy that I'm getting. Maybe that's what you've been dealing with, or it's a part of your insecurity that whenever you do get criticism, it's not very encouraging. It's actually a little dismissive or proud. So that's just what we're starting with, I guess. I'm going to keep this card right here. Let's see if it looks fine. Yep, it does. I will take another card for you to see where we're headed in terms of our rebirth, in terms of everything. Yeah, right now, because we are all in the midst of becoming something new and getting familiar with that new energy. So this reading might be a little longer than the usual, so please be patient with me. Yeah, so whoops, which one? Okay, this one, no doubt about that. We have, wow, I love this card. It's one of my favorites. It's Teacher Wolf with Shatterkite, number 33, right? 3 energy. It's like the universe is your teacher. You do learn a lot. Just that's one of your biggest missions. I am getting a little bit of Sagittarius. I'm getting Sagittarius energy, and also Virgo and Gemini. I'm getting these 3 signs to start. Yeah, when I do tune in to the Kali conscious for you, I am getting the message that group number 2, don't worry about making things perfect. Nobody is making things perfect, and the people who have that kind of energy about them, that they're perfect, their life is perfect, they've got the perfect car, they've got the perfect job, they've got a perfect this and that. Honestly, all of these people, all of us, are every single day making tons and tons of mistakes. Some people feel them so deeply, these mistakes, that they can feel that they are putting themselves into a void, which is very painful, and which is something that I think you do to yourself. And Ma Kali is really coming in and saying that everybody around you is making so many mistakes. They might not be very real about it. They might not be talking about the mistakes they feel they're making. But nobody in this world is extremely perfect. And if they are living with this energy that I am perfect, there's nothing wrong with me, everything about me is just like so flawless, maybe something in their energy could be a little narcissistic, and these kind of people are not for you. And this rebirth for you is really about surrounding yourself with the right group of people. And I feel that this has been a theme in your life in general, where you let go of bad energies again and again. Like the people who are not meant for you. First, they come really close to you. You are the best of friends, maybe lovers, family, whatever. You come very close, and then you see that something about their energy is just not clicking anymore. So you've got to leave them behind and then do your own thing. And maybe you feel guilty about doing your own thing. You feel like I should look back. Maybe I'm not right. But Ma Kali is assuring you that you're doing good. Yes, you are in pain. She feels it. That's what she's letting me know, that she feels your pain. But she's saying that I take away everything. Permanence in this cosmos, it's an illusion. As the destroyer, Ma Kali, she takes away everything, and your pain is also not permanent. Permanence is an illusion. So yeah, wow. Very good, solid message to start with our rebirth process. Because with our rebirth, we let go of old philosophies, old ways of looking at the world, old ways of interacting with people. You know, I think you are going to step into your own confidence in such a way that when you interact with people, they feel it, that your energy has changed. Something about you is so much more authoritative, so much more confident, that they don't even know how to mess with you. And no, it's not a dream. It's not impossible. It can happen, you know. And this is what your rebirth is about, actually. It's about knowing that the kind of power you want to experience, and when I say power, I mean self-empowerment. That kind of power is not a myth. It's very real. It will happen in this very lifetime itself. So we have Montezuma cypress. Ooh, we have hornbeam. Interesting. And we have Acacia. Ooh, wow. I have no idea why Acacia is here. Like, the first two cards make a lot of sense to me. And then the Acacia, I wonder what this is about. Okay, I'm immediately getting a message for the Acacia. This has got this pattern of self-criticism where you feel like you're not doing something right, or if you do, you know, go your own way, you have this feeling of guilt that you're not taking people along with you, or that leaving people behind is a sign of selfishness. And this is something that your ancestors, your bloodline, even your spirit ancestors, galactic family has probably suffered with, where they felt that if they are leaving, that is, if they're doing things their own specific way, they are picky, choosy about, you know, how they want things done, they start feeling very, very guilty. And that's the energy which has been messing around in your own life. But with this rebirth, you're letting that go. Okay, because Ma Kali is sort of coming in and saying that you are somebody who does deal with people who more or less can be not very friendly to you. People have this tendency to somehow act in an like there's some animosity there, right? Some inimical way that they act towards you, right? Antagonizing you or painting you in a bad way or misunderstanding your intention. And then you have to kind of be little bossy or be a, you know, bitch, I'm getting that word, because Ma Kali doesn't play. she's open to curse words, you all. Anyway, but conscious about it, obviously. She's a goddess after all. Anyway, so yeah, so you have to be a bitch, you know, to them, to you know, because they are projecting to you or making you feel bad about. Sorry, I just felt this energy, and again, it's that same feeling like something about you is not enough, and people around you play with that very easily. You know, it might be your insecurity where you always feel that you've got to do more, and people take advantage of that, sort of. Okay, wow, quite an intense, that would be intense to leave behind, because you are leaving it behind. It cannot follow you into the future. You've seen it one time too many. 1 times too many. I hope I said it the right way. Now what I'm going to do is take some basic tarot. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have, wow, I love this card actually, the Emperor. I'd love to see that for you. The 8 of Staves, gaining a lot of momentum. Doing this at a very fast speed, cutting people out super fast, not waiting for them to hurt you and then cutting them off immediately as soon as they show you the first sign, you know, that their energy is not compatible with yours. Trust your gut. If you feel somebody is not going to be good for you, immediately in the very first go, set up that boundary. Nobody should blame you for setting up boundaries, you know. That's like the basic human functioning. The Hangman, yeah, because you are understanding this more and more, that it's so very natural to set up boundaries against somebody who is very heavily critical or very heavily observes every little thing that you do and is not accepting of it, you know. And we have Judgment, yeah, number 20. I did feel this for you guys, where it's like, you know, mistakes. And I'm pretty sure if Ma Kali were to meet you right now, which essentially she is kind of doing through this channel, so funny, sorry. Anyway, if she were to meet you right now, she would let you know that mistakes are the most natural way and a natural phenomena of the universe. Mistakes really do show us how we are unique, you know. Mistakes are an aspect of our uniqueness. Our achievements are an aspect of our uniqueness. And that's just who we are. We are unique, a mix of things. We are dark, we are light, we are good, we are bad, we're negative, we are positive. That's how we are, you know, unique. There's only one you. And if people have a problem with you making mistakes, then they don't have a right to the achievements that you are getting out in the world. And this is something I feel that you are understanding is going to be a part of the new you. You're letting go of that trying to be perfect for others' sake, you know, feeling extremely fulfilled in the moment, in whatever you have already achieved, in whatever you have already done. That's the new you. Anything else, you're leaving it behind. But with the 8 of Staves and the Hangman, like these 3 cards right here, like the Emperor, 8 of Staves, Hangman, there's a need to do it urgently and strictly and fiercely and not compromise. Like if you set up a boundary once, be sure that your gut feeling is right. Don't doubt your own boundary and say that maybe I should, you know, not set that boundary. Don't second guess yourself. If you feel somebody is really not being nice to you, you are probably 100% correct. You know, our intuition doesn't lie about these things. All right. Is there anything else that I'm sensing? There's something with the Judgment card here, which is going on. Let us take the tarot further to see what this new version of you, this rebirth, is all about. My hands are a little shaky because I have spondylitis. It affects my nerves. Yeah, so my shuffling can be a little messy. Thank you for bearing with that. You guys are super awesome for letting me be myself. Thank you so much. Anyway, whoa, okay. I'm confused. I'm a little confused. Am I taking all of these? Yes, I think I am taking all of these. Let's have a look at what we've got. We've got the King of Wands. Yeah, because this is more and more about you stepping into the highest timeline of your raw emotion. I feel that it's easy for you to question whether you should act on a gut instinct or you should let it be. You know, it's easy for you to think that maybe I should take time with this decision. Let me sleep over it. But even in the very first go, this is what at least what I'm sensing in the energy, that in the very first go, your assessment about situations is quite right. We have the King of Wands. Whoa, wow, Knight of Swords. Actually, it's one of my most favorite knights to interpret because the Knight of Swords has a very layered philosophy to them, especially when paired with other cards, right? Okay, so the Knight of Swords, we have the 6 of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands, so we've got 2 knights for you. Very fast forward motion, very fast. And the 9 of Pentacles. Repeated itself in group number 1 in case you're interested. Although I sense group 2, you have a connection with group 3. I haven't recorded it yet, but I already sense that. I hope you guys can see all the cards. Okay, you can't. Let me do this. Yep, now it's... So in your next rebirth, not your next, this one, in this rebirth, you are somebody who is much more flexible when it comes to dealing with people. Flexible, when I say, I mean that you might have grown up with certain values, right? That I have to be nice, I have to be kind, I have to give everybody space. But now the new you has a completely different philosophy. Especially, I see that in interpersonal relationships. Second thing, which I do sense, is your relationship with your own self, where you are giving yourself a lot of freedom. At one time, you are going to make things perfect, right? You'll have that pull inside of you, that obsessive need to make things perfect, and that's absolutely normal. Go ahead and do it, make things perfect to the T. But you will actually, like, if the whole perfection thing starts taking a toll on you, you are giving yourself permission. As the new you, the rebirthed you, you're giving yourself permission to sometimes not be perfect. I'm not saying all the time that you're just making mistakes, but you're simply admitting the fact that everybody on earth is learning. Learning happens through mistakes. Nobody learns by being perfect all the time. And that way, that is how you are a channel of spirit. As a matter of fact, I have seen that people who are in light working, who are psychics or mediums, or in any way, even if you are working a job, a desk job, but you are very much connected with spirit, you will be much more open to adventures and taking risks for the sake of light. And all of this actually includes making many, many mistakes. And it's a psychological fact that people who have the capacity to make a mistake, to fall down, but then to say, you know what, this is such a natural thing, a natural part of life. Let's get up and start again. And you're understanding that that's just how the nature of the earth is. And you're not letting anybody get to you with their criticism or with their idea of perfection, of their idea of what it means to be rich or good or talented. You know, you are in the moment more and more. And I feel it is something that you've been trying for a bit now. But with this rebirth, you will find that you have a much healthier connection to your own self. And the inner critic inside your head is also being much kinder to you. And that's because you've allowed this fact to settle in, that mistakes are not, you know, they're not dirt, they're not trash, you know. It's among the mistakes that somehow we figure out something which is genius. But 90% of the time, everybody's making a mistake. And within those mistakes, there's that 10% moment of genius. So mistakes are our true learning tools, and that's how you're seeing them. And if somebody else doesn't see mistakes that way, calls you naive or stupid or immature, and doesn't see that you're just going about discovering life, and that mistakes are a process of discovering life. Actually, that's exactly how we discover life, through many mistakes, trial and error. If somebody doesn't realize that, then yes, they need to expand their own consciousness, and it's not your business at all. And this kind of reserved, bossy attitude, it's not bossy attitude, it's about being much more in tune with your own self, with your own truth, with the higher truth. It's giving you much more authority and respect among people. And not because you want it, but because at this point you're like, I can't even be bothered by, you know, justifying myself to people anymore. Like, that part of me is just done, it's gone. Hence, it is a rebirth. So that is the reading that I do have for you, group 2. I really hope that this was helpful. This was very helpful to me because I am taking a lot away from this reading for my own self. And yeah, if you liked it, I would appreciate it if you could like the video, comment your experience. These are the simple ways in which you do help my channel. I also get good feedback. And if you're new, consider subscribing. That way I can channel more for you. Even if you cannot do any of this, I am sure we will meet again. We'll interact again in some form or the other. And until then, namaste, take care. Hi group 3, namaste. So a lot has changed between when I started the reading for 1 and 2 and by the time I've come here. So much has changed in the energy. But we'll find out if it's changed for the good or for the bad. It always changes for the good. That's what I like to believe in. So we have the card Dreams. Group 3, you have a connection with group number 2. So I will usher you towards checking the group 2 out if you are interested. The energy that I feel for you first is, even with this card. I'm getting that song. It's by Fleetwood Mac. It's Dreams, right? And it says, when the rain washes you, you will know. And it talks about somebody who is so confined in their perspective of the world because they want to feel like they're consistently winning, right? So they keep creating a story in which they are the winner, but that story is full of falsities. They don't say the truth to themselves, because if they say the truth, they will find that they have made mistakes, that there's points where they should have been more conscious, and I feel that for you, group 3, you deal with people like that who create false stories about themselves so they can continuously feel good, and in that way they don't have to feel accountable to the world around them. So they are not very self-aware, not very self-conscious. They're just consistently trying to feel good. That's just where Ma Kali is coming in, saying that she recognizes the presence of such false stories around you and that these stories bother you. And we'll see how it plays on further. Look, we have number 4, we have 31, 3 plus 1 is 4, and we have transition. You can see the card, yeah. Transformation with the sheen obsidian. All right, let me take some more cards to see what this is about. This is the Tree Wisdom Oracle. If you are interested in knowing what oracle cards I am using, please comment and I will reply back. I do see these 3 cards for you. Ooh, wow, we have Willow. Willow actually talks about dreaming. And we have Hazel, which talks about the fairy world, the fairy circle, and we have Linden. So the first thing that Ma Kali is bringing to highlight is that you have a very strong connection with the divine feminine. There's also some energy from group 1 here. You have a very strong connection with the divine feminine, and the way for you to truly connect with your emotions is to not paint any stories just to make yourself feel comfortable. A very large part of your power and your rebirth lies in becoming more and more comfortable with your own feelings, because you could be avoiding certain things that make you feel uncomfortable. And for many of you, I'm getting that these things that make you uncomfortable are actually feelings of self-love. Like when you start choosing things for yourself or doing something which is oriented in a way that it makes you choose self-love, instead of sacrifice, instead of self-sacrifice, instead of adjusting over and over to people, you expect people to adjust a little bit towards you. When you start choosing these things, you feel guilty about it. And there's a message here with Ma Kali that your rebirth has to do with actually talking with this feeling of guilt and asking it that, why is it that you make me feel this way? Why is it that when I choose myself, I feel like I'm doing something wrong? Because I sense that you are always in a hyper mode of creation, creating wealth, creating abundance, and then you use all of this to make others happy. And it's almost like you are looking at yourself and you don't know how you can make yourself happy. Even though you know how to make the entire world happy, you don't know how you can do the same to yourself. And I almost get this where you are in the best of places, right? Like, let's say it was your dream vacation in Paris, but even while you are checking the boxes, like, this is from my bucket list, I'm doing it, check. The second thing, my bucket list, check. You feel that you don't feel complete. The amount of joy it was supposed to give you, it's not giving it to you. And that is because for you, group 3, joy starts from within your heart. It is not like you do something joyful outside, like you go for a vacation, you have a happy meal, you do all these fun, interesting things externally, and then the joy comes inside your heart. It's not like that. For you, it must first come from within. Even let's say you are doing the dullest task ever, you hate doing it. For me, I will take my laundry because it's been piling up. I've got to wash it all by hand. I don't have a machine, so it's one of the biggest tasks that I don't like doing it, right? But if I were to engage in it, somehow change my perspective, find a way of making the non-fun things fun, and then do it, somehow the rest of the day, once my laundry, which is actually the karmic work for me that I'm supposed to do, once I've completed it with a sense of fulfillment within my heart that it's okay, I enjoy it. You know what? I can find a way to enjoy this task, even if it's laborious. So if it comes from within my heart, after I'm done with the laundry and I start doing things which are actually fulfilling for me, like grabbing a nice hot cup of chocolate, hot chocolate, or treating myself to a dessert, I will be able to enjoy it much more. Instead of, let's say, I do the laundry grudgingly, and then I'm like, oh God, now to relax, let me enjoy that meal. I don't enjoy it so much. So all of this is just an example that for you, being connected to the spirit world, being connected to your guides, to your higher self, moment to moment is the secret of your happiness. It is what makes you enjoy the happy things even more. And when you're not connected with your everyday tasks in a spiritual way, when your everyday tasks start seeming non-magical, you start looking at the world where it's monotonous, it's 3D, it's just a lot of hard work you've got to just get through, and it does not have a magical spiritual undertone to it. You are not even able to enjoy your happy moments as much as you naturally are capable of doing. Okay, so that's what is coming through, and we'll see how exactly this is connected with the energy of your rebirth. Whoops. Okay, I'm happy with that shuffle. Worked just fine. How many are these? These are 3. Am I taking these 3? No. I'm taking 1 from the top. Taking this one right here. And these 2. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, we have the Moon card. Wow. A lovely confirmation. We have Justice. Yeah, again, it's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, happiness starts at your heart. Start feeling happy on the inside and then chase happy experience outside. It doesn't work like that for you, where you get a happy experience and then it fills your heart. When you act from a place of fulfillment, that's when any happy experience has meaning. We have Justice, we have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Swords, and we also have the Page of Pentacles. Give me a second, I'll tune in with the... You know what, Group 3, you're very self-conscious. The problem actually starts where, because you're so self-conscious, so self-aware, and we got that in the beginning, you know, the theme of self-awareness. You're so self-aware that when you are doing something just as a form of escapism, and you know that I am chasing this happy experience just to escape from the denser reality, you are not able to enjoy it because you're very self-aware. You criticize yourself. You'll tell yourself that a part of you will always be like, hey, Group 3, I am your inner voice, and I feel we are doing it just to escape. We need to find a more holistic way of connecting with our happiness. That's the problem right here. And 3 of Swords, there's a reason. It's not your fault that you are so, I would like to say, that the 3D, dense reality has such a big toll on you. I feel that you've seen a lot of hardships growing up, right? I especially sense that there was a lack of the amount of money you actually required in order to feel nurtured, to feel fulfilled. The lack of money, the lack of emotional support are the first thing is the lack of emotional support actually. Let's say you did not even have that money, but you had a friend or somebody who could make you feel good about your achievements, who gave you motivation 2 or 3 times in a day, told you that, hey, you're doing so good, we are so proud of you. You would have had a much healthier sense of connecting with your life purpose, your actions. But now it's very easy for you to go into self-critical mode, which is why the 3D reality is so, it feels much more dense to you than it feels to other people. Because anytime that something goes wrong in the 3D, and the 3D is such a place that always something is going wrong. You know, every second there's always something which is not going right. That's just the nature of the 3D. It's always going right and always going wrong at the same time. It's the duality, right? So it's for you, the aspect of the universe which is going wrong gets to you very quickly because you've always had to self-soothe. You've always had to correct your mindset. Nobody helped you stay positive. You were helping yourself. So anytime something goes wrong, taking the whole laundry message again, your laundry heaps up, you will go into self-critical mode. You'll be like, I don't do anything properly. Look at me, I let myself go. I should have been more careful. I'm not disciplined, because nobody was there when you were actually just a kid making mistakes, learning things. There should have been somebody to help you anchor in and say that, hey, it's okay to make mistakes. You're not a bad person for having made mistakes. Nobody's going to judge you. You actually felt judged very, very easily. And I feel you keep attracting the same kind of people in your life who at their face are seemingly good. They have good intentions, but their actions don't translate. When they actually need to motivate you, they don't come through. When they actually need to support you, they don't come through. They don't identify your core needs. So your inner child feels very, very sort of lonely and left alone. Like, I've got to do everything by myself. I've got to make my own money. I've got to cook my own meals. I've got to do everything myself. And as soon as you start telling the universe, I cannot do this on my own, I need to rely on somebody, you feel guilty. You're like, I'm weak for wanting this. Maybe I can push myself more. Wow, okay, I resonate with this so much. I just had the most beautiful session with one of my friends, the same friend who suggested this topic, and she was talking about the similar wound that I have. I have the same wound. As soon as I ask for support, I start feeling guilty. Like, if I only try hard enough, I won't need support. And Makali is saying that in your new rebirth, you will learn to see that your need for support is valid. That's the biggest aspect of this rebirth. You feeling valid in asking things from the universe, asking things from spirit. You feeling valid in telling the universe that I wish to manifest this. I don't want to work excessively hard. I want things to be easier for myself. I don't want to continuously be strong. Asking this from the universe without feeling guilty is a very big part of this rebirth. We have the 6 of Cups. And also for this group, it's really like, I don't know if you have had your birth chart, your natal chart checked. I do feel that in your past lives, you've had the same pattern where you were used to giving and not receiving from the universe. And this rebirth for you is going to be all about how can I receive more from the universe without feeling that I don't deserve it. It's no longer just a part of manifestation magic. It's no longer just a part of I'm a spiritual person and I deal with life with a spiritual positive lens. It's no longer about that. It's about healing that wound within yourself, which feels that it's okay to reject support. It's okay to not be supported. It's not okay to feel bad about yourself. If you feel like you want to be a mess, you want to sit in a corner and cry and let things be messy, it's a valid feeling. You are allowed to fall into that stage. And even as you are in that stage, you deserve to be held in love and respect. Just because you're messy doesn't mean people can disrespect you or walk all over you. And I think that's the biggest part of your rebirth. We have the 3 of Swords. It's been repeated twice now. There's a very deep wound here. This is coming directly from your multiple lives. I feel it very strongly that this is coming directly from a very dark lifetime where everything was about working hard. If you don't look out for yourself, nobody looks out for you. If you are in trouble, sort it out yourself. Why should anybody deal with your shit? That kind of attitude. People gave it to you and you even believe that, yeah, it's true. I got myself into trouble. I have to deal with it. Why will anybody help me? Why will anybody think well of me? You know? And that's not the case at all. Makali is saying that's not how I see the universe. Whenever Makali sees the universe, she sees that the world is full of sin and sinners, but she separates the sin from the sinner, right? The sin, the negativity is a different thing. The person who ended up, quote unquote, sinning does it out of a wound, right? So she is saying that I want you to see the world the same way. Your mistakes are separate from you. There's a lot of conditioning, a lot of support, a lot of lack of love and nurture, a lot of lack of the right perspective, the right information which should have been given to you at the right time that you did not have. And this is not to victimize you. This is so that you can write your story with the truth. And the truth is that many a times you did not have the support you truly deserved, and that's created a wound in you that anytime magically support shows up or things are magically going well for you, all of a sudden you will do something self-sabotaging, or you feel like, wow, why am I so happy? Or if this is a good thing, it will come to an end very quickly. But that's not the case. A good thing can happen to you and it can be permanent. And that's what I feel the wound has been. Yeah, with the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, it's like the same sensation that I'm feeling again, that if I don't plan well enough, if I got joy, if I have joy, happiness in my life, it has come through because of very effective planning. And I have to say that you are a very, very good planner, right? You plan things really well. You always know what to do, which way to do it, right? You know where to keep, and what's the best way I can put this example? How like Feng Shui, the arrangement of a room, you know how to align the energies of the room, like you keep everything in order. So there's like a lot of deliberate intelligence that's there. But there's two parts of our intelligence. One intelligence is deliberate, very thoughtful, comes with putting in a lot of active thought. And then there's another part of our intelligence, which comes from chaos, which comes from, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. And it's this part of your intelligence which you are tapping in with. So that's the biggest part of your rebirth. I know this is a very simple message, but it's always these simple things, which I said this in group 2. These simple things are the blind spots that keep us running round and round in circles, right? And we have the nine of swords right at the back. Yeah, because you worry about making things perfect according to yourself, when Ma Kali is coming in and saying that no matter what you do, even if you do something and somehow you happen to make 10,000 mistakes, with my power, I can make those mistakes disappear like this, like this. Even if you've already made a mistake, I can make it disappear like this. So rely on my power, rely on that faith. Understand that I'm extremely powerful, that I will come through for you. No questions asked. I will come through for you. Just be open to my healing. The Nine of Swords actually is the way that Ma Kali will often heal us. Because when we are in the darkest place, we have no choice but to surrender, right? When we are in such a dark place, we have tried everything we can. We've put all the hard work we can. We've put all the perspective, good thinking, manifestation, listening to this psychic, that psychic, multiple healing sessions. We've done all of that, but still we are in that pit of hell. That's when she comes in and she is like, you don't need anything except to just be with your feeling, just be sad, just surrender to that sadness, to the confusion, to the chaos, the imperfections which are everywhere. Yes, you are imperfect, and surrender to it. That's when she suddenly starts doing this magic transformation. The snake sheds its skin. When the snakes are shedding their skin, it looks like they're in pain. It looks like they're hurting. They're in a lot of pain. That's what it looks like. But honestly, they're not. It's not that they are in pain. They're just shedding the old. And shedding the old can sometimes be painful. It's often painful. And Ma Kali is like, when you feel that pain, you don't give yourself a break. Like, cut yourself some slack, group 3, because you go through very painful transitions. It is your power, very Scorpionic energy. And Virgo as well, Scorpio, Virgo, I'm feeling that. Cancer as well, I feel a bit of that. Aquarius also, okay, I'll limit it to 4. You go through very powerful transitions, right? And these are painful. And you don't have to be embarrassed or guilty about the transition looking messy or painful, Just stay with it. And within 3 or 4 days, everything will be back in a place where you'll feel aligned again. The way to stay connected in the darkness is by just accepting that there is darkness. If we are like, no, let me light a torch, let me light a candle, let me do this, let me remove the darkness, you will feel more and more disconnected. But if you sit in the darkness and are like, yeah, it's dark, heck, what can I do? That's how we stay connected in the darkness. It's the opposite. And Ma Kali represents the opposite, the alternative. the alternative way of doing things. And the alternative looks different for different people. For an atheist, the alternative is God. And for the ones who are tuned in only to God, the opposite is atheism. And the opposites will always contribute to each other. So that's a big part of your rebirth, where I feel your opposite is being messy, being chaotic, but no longer feeling guilty about it, making mistakes and laughing about it, being a total mess, and knowing that even in your ugliest forms, you are the most beautiful. Yes, the two can exist at the same time. And that's all that is this rebirth is going to be so empowering for you if this message sinks in. So that is the message that I have for you, group 3. I really tried to make sense out of it. I hope I was able to do that. I would love to get your feedback in the comments section. If you like and subscribe to the channel, it really helps my channel. It helps me sustain myself. I'm so grateful that I got the time to speak with you here. And there's an announcement right after this, which I will make, not a part of your reading. You can join in for that, but thank you for letting me do this for you, and I love you so much. And until we speak again, take care. Hello everybody, welcome to the announcement. Okay, so the announcement's about, I have been receiving some very strong messages from the Shiva consciousness as well as from the consciousness of Mother Goddess, much more strongly from the consciousness of Devi Ma, Mother Goddess, the Divine Feminine, right? And Lord Shiva is always there where there's the Divine Feminine. And these messages, I do not have the guidance from my spirit guides. I don't have their permission to put it very publicly on YouTube. So I have been thinking of putting it in a more exclusive format, maybe in a platform which is for a selected group of people, those who really resonate with the things that I do offer. But I do not know which platform would be comfortable for you. So as far as as my knowledge goes, I am aware that there's Patreon, which naturally serves as I don't know, it has a toolbox, it has everything that a channeler like me could need to put the messages forward. So Patreon, and the other thing that I had in mind is YouTube memberships themselves, because that way all of you who are already connected with me on the channel, you do not have to rush to some other platform to catch the messages, right? I'm very eager to share them with you, and I would have loved to share them very openly on YouTube, but a lot of that stuff would be potentially controversial in a way that not everybody is ready to receive those messages yet, right? So for those of you who feel that you would like to listen to such messages, they are about the evolving human consciousness, where we're all headed, what it means to be in the new age. I do talk about themes which include abuse, which include even the nature of politics, world leaders, spirituality, what it actually means to connect with God, what it really means to be connected to Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, what it means to be connected with Devi. Do you need rituals? Do you not need them? A lot of controversial stuff, really. It's controversial in a way where a lot of messages that I get, they are very contradictory. They are against what the popular belief in spirituality can be, So it's for a specific group of people, I understand that. So for those of you who feel you are ready, or not ready, more like you feel yeah, we would be interested in at least listening to that, please do let me know in the comment section which platform you'd prefer. I can do it exclusively on YouTube in a way where I make memberships out of it, and it would be a minimal price, like $1, maybe $1 for the access, and same in Patreon, $1, $2. I really don't know I think there is a minimal charge. I haven't looked into it. So whatever the minimal charge is, I'll do that, and that's just to keep it exclusive. So which platform is most suitable for you? Is it Patreon, YouTube, or can you recommend me anything else? So once I have your feedback, I'll put in my channeled information there. Okay, so that's it in terms of the announcement. Thank you so much for being patient with me and listening to this. I love you all so much, so much, so much. I can say that a lot and over. I can do like an hour-long video where all I do is tell you how grateful I am. But anyway, love you so much. See you guys.